Hey, you guys.
We're live.
We are live. You guys, we're super excited to come with you today. Welcome to tonight's Facebook Live. We're going to be talking about two big concerns right now. Okay. Should I stop everything that I'm doing or should I pour on the gas?
Yep.
Okay. Plus, we're going to share with you one key way to post like the leader that you are. If we have not met before, I am Becky Graff.
And I'm Tim Graff. Sorry, I'm giggling at her because of what she said, and she didn't catch it, but that's okay.
What did I say? now he's giving me crap.
Don't worry about it.
This is the beautiful thing about building with your husband, you guys, is you get to have a lot of fun behind the scenes of your trainings. So, but on a serious note, though, you guys,
she's been giving me crap all week because I have no voice. Like I've lost my voice, so I sound like a mouse. Anyway, I got to give her a little crap back. Anyway, you guys. We help home business entrepreneurs leverage powerful online strategies to create the perfect lifestyle business.
You guys, and as you're hopping on, please let us know where you're coming in from, because we'd really like to have a dialogue with you guys about what's going on right now and how that is impacting your business. Okay. Yep. One of the biggest concerns right now is, do I stop everything that I'm doing?
Yep.
Okay. Do I just put pause? Do I focus in on what's going on with my family and my community? Okay. Or the other side of the coin is, or do I pour on the gas? Okay.
Or maybe you're stopped and you don't even realize you've stopped because you're just kind of focused on other things that are going on out there in the world right now.
Yeah. And a lot of people are finding themselves in a position where things are different than they used to be. Yep. Okay. Things have kind of shifted, and it's a very interesting perspective. I've had quite a few calls with some leaders and also with students, and it is very interesting how this dynamic is shifting for people and how their perception of this has evolved over the last, week or so.
Yeah.
Okay. And we wanted to hop on and talk about what it is you are doing in your business. Okay. I have a couple questions for you. Okay. What has changed for you, first off?
Yep.
Okay. And if you can let us know in the comments, and this can be interactive as possible. If you see a lot of people that are on, please go ahead and interact with us as well.
Because we want to know what other professionals, you guys, are doing out there in the field right now. What are you guys doing in your business to either move that forward? Maybe you've kind of put things on hold. What is it you guys have going on? We curiously want to know what's going on out there with other entrepreneurs.
Yeah. Where do you find yourself in this situation? Do you find yourself in the position where, things are kind of business as usual?
Yep.
Or are there some adjustments that you're needing to make? And where are you finding yourself within that? Okay. Yep. Because here is a reality for a lot of people, is they are working their business so that they can be home full time. Okay. And now this kind of like, that's in your lap right now.
We've gotten thrown into that, right?
Yes.
And so now some people are sitting back and going, whoa.
Well, and can I share a story with you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. It's been 2 years.
Yes, it has.
December was 2 years since
2 years
since I left the corporate world and I was able to work our business from home full time. And you guys, I was super, super excited. It was a dream come true, right? That pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, that was ultimately part of the dream that we had is for me to be able to be home working my business full time.
Yep.
But you guys, I struggled. To be honest with you, now that I was home, I didn't have the same structure. My schedule was all out of whack. And I found myself attempting to put together an effective schedule that worked around my kids. I found myself feeling like I was a terrible mom because I was working when they were home. Even though my intention was to be home so I could have a home business, I felt a lot of mom guilt about feeling like I needed to be constantly working in my business, on my business, and that I was either letting things slide in the business or letting things slide with my kids. And I'm curious, how many of you can kind of relate to that a little bit?
Yeah, because it's a whole different world when you actually go to a job. You're away from the kids. You have that set schedule at your job. You're there from 9 to 5 or whatever that time frame is, and you have these tasks to get done in that time frame. It's a lot easier. However, when you're home and now suddenly you have the kids, you have home life and everything going on, especially in times like right now, where the kids aren't exactly in school and you have that normal time of when they're in school to really focus on your business. Now suddenly they're home. It's managing that time and really attempting to put together that schedule and figure things out. It can be a little overwhelming. It can be a little daunting.
Yeah. So again, I'm curious, how many of you guys are finding yourself in that type of position?
Yeah.
Do you find that your schedule is kind of shifted? Okay. More so than it normally would be. And I'm curious for you, what is it that you're doing to kind of fill in the gaps of your schedule. Okay. And so that's one thing that I wanted to share with you is right now, there's a lot of people who are going through kind of this identity crisis. Okay. Their new normal is something that they may have never experienced before, and they're attempting to figure out how to balance it all. So how do you, as a leader, show up to these people? How do you show up in your news feed for these people and post like the leader that you are to help them kind of navigate this new arena that they find themselves in? Okay. That's what we wanted to share with you is the one key way to post like the leader that you are, because again, there are a lot of people who are going through this identity crisis, maybe a mini one about, okay, now life is completely different, or maybe quite a bit different than it once was. How am I going to still build my business, still get the kids to do their online learning if that's an option for you, still be able to manage the household things with the schedules and the flux that's happening? Okay.
On the flip side of this, if you're a business owner who doesn't necessarily have kids at home, maybe you have all the time in the world. On the flip side of this coin, maybe you're finding that you're amping things up right now, right? It is all logs on the fire. It's get that baby stoked up. Let's go. It's time to rock. And you're taking, so to speak, advantage of a situation that may not necessarily be a positive situation for a lot of people. And we see this a lot in the newsfeed right now, specifically on Facebook and these other platforms. A lot of people are really, really pushing their business heavily right now, and even pushing it down people's throats. And so it's kind of what we want to talk about is not only, are you maybe coming from a little bit of overwhelm, I'm putting my business on hold, but maybe you're on the flip side of that coin where you are like gung-ho right now. And, what might you do to, again, like Becky just asked a second ago, to be that leader, to really come at this at a place of you're a leader, you're an influencer, and really help people through this time that we have going on.
Yeah. And the number one key way, you guys, is to support your audience.
Yes.
Okay. How might you do that? How might you show them support? Show that you are there for them as a resource again, right? You're a resource for them to turn to for a myriad of things, depending on which niche you're in.
And that's what leaders and influencers do.
Okay. And so one great way that we wanted to share with you tonight is to ask questions specifically about how your audience or how your prospect might be doing now. Okay. An example of that earlier was me asking the question, what does your schedule look like now? Okay. Now that things have kind of changed, what does that look like for you? Because I'm genuinely curious about how people are being impacted by this. I know how I'm being impacted by it. I also know how things shifted for me once I went from working to a stay-at-home business owner. Okay. All of these little transitions, are something to take in consideration about how is your audience dealing with, coping with, what resources do they have in play? And when you get feedback from them about this, those are great trainings to do. Okay, so one great way to post like the leader you are is to get curious about how your audience is affected right now. Okay, what are some things that they may be dealing with? What are some nuggets of knowledge that you can share with them to help them adjust to the situation that they're currently dealing with? Okay.
Not to mention, if you're not asking questions, if you're not genuinely getting curious about where they're coming from, you're not exactly like if they're over on the swing set, so to speak, and you're in the sandbox and you're not meeting them on the swing set, you're coming at them from across the yard. Okay. You're not exactly going to be in alignment, and you're not going to be having an effective conversation with them unless you really ask those questions and you gain that alignment and you really get an idea of where you're at, where they're at, and where you might be able to meet. It's just a much more effective conversation for both parties. And you're also showing more of that leadership and influence role.
As well as care and concern.
Exactly.
Because you're treating them as a human first, not as just a quick, easy way to get some extra volume or to get a new teammate.
Exactly.
You're truly curious about what it is that they're going through, genuinely curious if you have a resource or a solution for them. Okay. So you guys, we are actually doing a training tonight. There's a training in a group that we have, invite only group tonight at 7.
Yes, Eastern? 7 p.m. No,
Mountain.
9 Eastern.
9 Eastern.
7 Mountain.
7 Mountain. If you want access to that, go ahead and drop group in the comments and we will get you the information so you can join that. It's going to be a training about how you can 5X your business and really get the momentum that you're looking for now. Again, that is a complimentary training. So if that's something you want, make sure you drop group in there. We'd love to see you tonight. We appreciate you spending a little bit of time with us tonight. And remember to post like the leader that you are, be curious, and ask those questions of your audience. Okay? Be a support to them. Find out how you can really support them. And the most effective way to do that is by asking questions.
Exactly. You guys, we appreciate you spending a few minutes with us. Don't forget to be curious, be bold, take action, and remember that it is choice, not chance, that shapes your life.
Take care, you guys.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.